Alright, weekly update time. This is reshoot number 3 now because there's a gigantic bug. I think it might be a male mosquito. But anyway, it's freaking me out a little bit, so I wanted to capture that and get it outside. So, here we are. This is my sun gold tomato here. It's about a foot tall now. It's really taken off in the last week. And I actually had to pick a flower bud off of it, or a node that had flower buds on it the other day. And here are my little Anaheims, doing pretty well. I need to repot this one. It's getting a little tall, and it doesn't look all that like the stem's all that sturdy. So hopefully that'll get it going. Strawberries are booming, lots of blooms that are now turning into berries shortly here. And moving along here, here's my Paro sweet orange pepper, doing pretty well. Nice and tall now. Hopefully it'll start bushing out soon. I might repot that one soon. Here's my TCO 7246 recovering. Its counterpart got thrown in the trash dump last week. And here's my purple cayenne, which you can see starting to bush out underneath here. I did pinch off some flower buds off the top a few days ago. My Rocotos are finally starting to recover. These two are doing much better. They're still looking a little sad, and the stems are kind of flimsy. I think they got edema. The one up in my upstairs I'll show to you later. And here's my Apaches, doing quite well, big. My black trifle seedling, sprouting up now. Might need to repot that fairly soon. And my orange Cheyennes, I really had to trim those back from the edema. They're doing okay now. This one's doing better than this one. And then my pimientos are slowly coming back still. Fluffing out. They've grown a bit since last week, but all the leaves are curled. I really need to watch it with how much I water those ones. And this one is one of my monkey face. These ones have really done a lot better now in this new container. Although they lost a few leaves. Actually, one just fell off again. I'm thinking that they didn't like the they don't like the heat next to the this heater here as much. And my bird's eye is still doing quite well. And here's the Teos fluffing out still. They're still short. I'm not sure how tall they're gonna end up getting, but new growth seems to be doing pretty well, nice and glossy, although it's a little curled up. Hopefully it reamendment of the soil will take off. And my Eximium, quite tall. It's probably close to a foot. So there we are. I'll be upstairs in a minute. Alright, here we are upstairs now. I'll show you again. Here's my other Rocoto I was talking about. I moved a few of my pubescens up here, and I'm glad I did, at least for the Manzano here. I'll show you in a minute. It's starting to get some new growth, but it was really sad, and the stem is really flimsy. I haven't really been watering it because it's waterlogged. But the new leaves are doing pretty well. They're looking nice. So I'll leave it be and let it go. And here's one that I brought upstairs, my elephant's trunk. I really had to trim that back. Almost every single leaf, other than these few you see left here, were just curled, folded completely up like a taco shell almost. I did not want that. So I plucked all those off, and it's pretty slim pickings now, but these leaves that are on here now are pretty healthy. So hoping that this will rejuvenate it into growing big again. Here's my Purple UFOs, which I had to drastically cut back. They were looking a little sad. Hadn't really done much. Should probably water those now. I will do so shortly. On my ahi crystal, I just topped it a couple days ago. It's really tall, looking really good. There's some new buds growing. My Jamaican hot chocolates starting to bud out more. My yellow bullets I did top the other day off all the side branches that had some flower buds forming on them, actually. My first chinense flower buds. And here actually I can see some, in my Peruvian purples, some, well, at least on this plant anyway, flower buds forming. Now here's one of the ones that's done really well now since I repotted it with the amended soil. My Orange Manzano, tons of new growth, and we'll look underneath here too. Really bushing out. So I'm glad for that. Sun Gold, or no, not Sun Gold, I'm sorry, Chadwick Cherry. Still doing really well. Hasn't gotten a whole lot taller, but it's still bushing out these leaves more. And my Cantina Yellow, doing quite solidly. As you can see, it's just a jungle underneath here in this, beneath this canopy. Bishop's Crowns. This one especially is really pushing out a ton of new growth. That's my Ahicito. And the other one is also doing the same thing. Here's my Bishop's Crowns. Now this one especially is really starting to bush out ever since I clipped it back again last week. NagaBon I topped finally, and you can see tons of little nodes forming. Lemon Drops. Boom, bang, bang. There's my Peach Butt #1. That's really fluffed out. This is going to be a huge plant by the time the summer's over. Look at that. Gorgeous. There's the other one, which is catching up. It's still not quite as bushy, but it's a little bit behind as far as growth time anyway, so it's all good. There's my CGN 21500. I topped this one the other day. It was starting to get some edema, so I plucked off the top parts there, and it's starting to bush out nicely. This one is also, but a little bit more slowly, but it's concentrating on the growth. And there's my Turtle's Claws, looking ridiculous. I even despite the fact that I topped them. And then there's my other Bikino. I decided to economize on space by stacking a couple like this one right here. This is one of my 22184 Frutescens. And focus back on my Maruga there. A lot of new growth coming out of the auxiliary because I topped it. My two Bikinos are fluffing out very well. My white Fatalis slowed down for a little bit, but they're starting to bush out now. And my red 7s I just topped for the first time the other day. You can see those are still a little crinkly on the old leaves. But since I amended the soil, I'm hoping that's going to jumpstart the new growth into fluffing out a lot more healthy leaves. White Butt Jalokias 1 and 2. This one especially has gotten a lot bigger. And the other one over here, really huge leaves. So yeah, there's the bottom ones. And there's my other CGN 22184s. Those have really gotten big. And my 3 Zaveries also are bigger. My Chacoants, they're kind of stagnant in their growth, and the leaves are starting to yellow. So I'm hoping that they'll turn around. I got the amended soil. My Pimenta Dinades right here, and my they're back there. And my Unknown Chocolate, or what I think is a chocolate butt. Another NagaBon. These are ones that have gotten really big. My Yellow Orange Bird Peppers and my Tasmanian Red, looking very well. And here's my Arabibu Gusano Reds. And my Congo Orange, that's really gotten big since last week. Look at these leaves, gorgeous. Doing really well. Little crinkle in here, but the new leaves are looking a lot better. I'm probably going to pot that up. And my Orange Amazon, doing quite well. And my Tobago Seasonings right here. And then there's my Pimenta Dinades. So, there we are. I'll see you next week.